Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Steven's All Out Baseball Show here on Spreaker.com. My name is Stephen Hughes, and I'm the host of this edition of Steven's All Out Baseball Show. It is September 20th, 2012. It is 8:15 on the West Coast and 11:15 on the East Coast. So everything is looking pretty good right now. A lot of big things around Major League Baseball since I had my last show. We'll be talking a lot about the Escobar suspension. I told you I was talking to you guys a little bit during the Monday show about his suspension. A lot of controversy on the gay slur he had on his eye block. We'll talk about that. Plus, I'm bringing Robert Dieters onto the show, the president of sorry guys, the president of uh, national sports and also a Major League Baseball analyst. And he's going to be coming on. Also, Sam Rosen, the host of Sam's Situation, he's going to be on the phone with us, and he's going to be talking to us about some other Major League news about the Reds and the Nationals making to clinching a spot into the playoffs. The first time for the Nationals since 1933. Well, it's been a little while for the Nationals. They haven't had their Nationals franchise for a little while, so we'll do we'll get that settled. And right now we're gonna get Robert Dieters on the phone, and I'm trying to get him on the phone right now. So I cannot get him on the phone right now. So I'll check and see if he's gonna be. I don't know if he. I'm trying to call him, but I guess we're not trying to reach him. So we're gonna start off the show with no special guest right now. When he comes on, he can come on. So the big news we're talking about right now. First off, the Nationals and the Reds clinching a spot into the playoffs. Both of them today. The Nationals beating the Dodgers 4-1 at Nationals Park to clinch their spot into the playoffs for the first time since 1933. The Nats clinch flashed the scoreboard as Washington ensured at least an NL wildcard spot behind Ross Detweiler's six strong innings and Ryan Zimmerman's RBI double. So some key contributors in the win that gives the Nationals a spot into the playoffs. So the Nationals, it'll look like they're definitely gonna make the playoffs, but there's a it is highly doubtful that they will lose the NL East spot and clinch the NL wildcard spot. It looks like the Braves, who have been struggling a little bit of late, are going to clinch a national NL wildcard spot, and the Nationals will clinch the East. So everything's looking good at the national in the nation's capital. Ross Detweiler, who is replacing Steven Strasburg on the rotation since Strasburg is being shut down, is doing pretty well as a replacement uh, for Strasburg. Actually, it's not him. I was thinking of a lefty. My bad. Ross Delaware he got his 10th win of the year. He's at 10-6 with a 3.10 ERA and with 99 strikeouts. He's looking pretty good to start the year to this year, and then going six strong, striking out five, only giving up three hits. Very good outing from him out there today. Some big scoring plays. Ryan Zimmerman doing most of the work out there. An RBI double in the third, and then scoring on a wild pitch in the same inning. And then Danny Espinosa, he hit an RBI double too. So 4-1 is your final score. Everything was going great for the Nationals, and the Dodgers again lose. They now go down to 77 and 73, only 4 games above 500 and 1 game below 500 away. That's their record away. They're 37-38 on the road. The Nationals are really excited. They're 91 and 58. They're 46 and 28 at home. And then the other team that has clinched a spot to the playoffs is the Cincinnati Reds. They have clinched a spot out of the NL Central, so it's looking pretty good for them also. They beat the Cubs today at Wrigley 5-3. Reds improved to 91 and 59. They're 44 and 31 away. That's that's a if you're a good team, you need to have a good away record and a good home record. You just can't have a good home record and then slack off when you're on the road. You need to have consistent records at home and away, and that's what the Reds have right there. 44 33 31 away record, 13 games above 500 is very good. That's what a World Series team is. In the Cubs, they go down to 58 and 92. They're 36 and 39 at home. That isn't that bad. Uh, but if you want to be a playoff team, the Cubs, you got to do a lot better. So the Reds sweep the series in Wrigley. Dusty Baker, unfortunately, was missing when the Reds became the first team in the majors to clinch a spot. So the main man was in a sideline Thursday after being diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat. So um, good news, bad news for the Reds right now. This Baker, his health problems is not really that good right now, so that's a concern in the organization for the Reds. And Sean Marshall, obviously won the last two games. He was a former Chicago Cub, and so he said, "quote." Sean Marshall is the left-handed relieving specialist on the Reds. He said, "Obviously, we won the last two games for him, and we have him in our thoughts." But we got good news on the update. So that's good news in terms of the Dusty Baker, the former Giants manager who led the Giants to the 2002 World Series, but losing to the Angels in 7 games there. Baker is expected to come back to the Cincinnati Reds clubhouse on Friday. The bench coach for the Reds, Chris Spear, has been running the team for 2 games in a row. So Chris Beard's obviously done a good job. 2 straight wins. Maybe he can become a manager someday. The Reds broke a scoreless tie by getting 5 straight singles off reliever Emmanuel Corpus in the seventh during a 5-run rally that capped off by a Henry Rodriguez double, scoring 2, making the score 5-0. And that's all the Reds really needed. The Cubs scored one in the ninth, one in the eighth, one in the seventh. So the Cubs were slowly trying to catch up, but too late as they go down 5-3. And Anthony Rizzo, another RBI single. He's done pretty good this year as a newly acquired Cub. He's batting 296 with 14 home runs, 45 RBIs. Those are some good numbers after being traded to the Cubs from the Padres. So expect big things out of Rizzo, but expect a trade that could possibly happen if he does not, if if he contributes well, if he does his job statistically, and if the Cubs, if the Cubs don't really achieve what they've been trying to achieve for a little while as a playoff spot, one and then two a World Series, which you haven't had in 100 years. They will possibly have to trade him like they did with Ryan Dempster and Giovanni Soto this year. So the Cubs, they're in serious rebuilding stage. I don't see them making the playoffs for another 5 years, possibly. That's how long I think uh, Ted Epstein, or I think that's his name, Epstein, will have to try to get good guys. He does have a lot of quality players. He does have Starling Castro. He does have Anthony Rizzo, but that's pretty much it. The pitcher rotation is pretty bad in Chicago. The batting lineup is decent, but I think that if you add a few more guys in there, it'll make it pretty good. I think the biggest concern for the Cubs is, like I said, the pitching. There's no depth in the pitching rotation. There's no depth in the bullpen. Um, you can't even trust Carlos Marmol, the closer. So it's hard to really be confident with the Cubs, especially in a late game situation, which they blow a lot, especially with Carlos Marmol not in the lineup. So not a lot of good things at Wrigley, and another disappointing season as they'll probably be. I've projected them to lose 100 games, unfortunately, uh, and also be about 37, 38 games below 500. Not a good way to end the year at all. So not good things over there in Chicago. Another Chicago team, the Chicago White Sox, have other concerns about a injury with Paul Konerko not in the lineup today. He was held out with a stiff back. And wait, just give me a second, guys. Sam? Sam? All right, so Robert cannot be on the show right now, but I told you guys that Sam Rosen was going to be on the show, and new change of plans. Sam Rosen is on the show. He is the host of Sam's Situation. Sam, welcome to the show.
It's great to be on, Steven. It's always a great experience for me to be on your show.
I love you on my show. You're one of the best special guests you've been on my show. So, some big news around baseball. Looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers, they did lose today, and you're a Southern California guy. So let's talk about them. Dodgers did lose tonight to the Nationals, while the Nationals savor the glory as they've clinched a spot into the playoffs, the second team to clinch a spot into the playoffs. Sam, how have you reacted about the Dodgers' very disappointing season with all the new trades with Hanley Ramirez and Adrian Gonzalez and Josh Beckett?
You put a team together like this, it can go extremely well, or it can seem like it can fail, which is sort of happened with the Dodgers here. This is a team with on paper, one of the best rosters in baseball, but still does not a lot of production, not a great record here at 77 and 73 total, 37 and 38 away. The 37 and 38 away is really striking. You don't usually make the playoffs with a losing record. And then you really go and look at their team. Kershaw's been banged up, so really Chris Capuano has to step up. Not great tonight. He has a 3.65 ERA. It's just a little shaky. Luis Cruz has been huge for this team, but that's a little scary when you're talking about a guy like Luis Cruz who's been huge and not Adrian Gonzalez or Hanley Ramirez or even Shane Victorino, three guys who should really be carrying this team along with Matt Kemp right now. They're not doing an absolutely great job, which is what they need to be doing. So if we're talking playoffs for the Dodgers right now, I don't think they have a great chance. They just do not perform consistently enough on a nightly basis to make the playoffs. And I'm going to go out here and say the Nationals look like the team to beat, even without Steven Strasburg. They have such a balanced roster right now, with everyone really clicking, especially on the offensive side of the ball. This is a team not known for their offensive prowess, but really guys like Ryan Zimmerman, Adam LaRoche, Jason Worth, all hitting their stride right at the right time. So this Nationals team looks a little scary. Dodgers, not so much.
Yeah, I agree. The Dodgers, they have a particularly hard schedule to end the regular season as they're finishing the series against Washington tonight, and then they have to play Cincinnati, who also clinched a spot into the playoffs tonight. So just everything it's not looking good for the Dodgers right now to end the season. Not a lot of hope right now near Chavez Ravine. Then they're playing Colorado. Then they're ending the year against the Giants. So it looks like that series against San Francisco at the end of the year is going to turn out to be really just another season finale for the Dodgers as they'll end their season in second place. How you're talking about how the production of Shane Victorino